Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day in North Georgia and it's about 66 degrees. And if the sun was out, I'd probably be in shorts. It feels great if you like warm weather. A little strange for Christmas, but I don't do videos that often. And the main reason for this video, I only do them when I have something interesting to talk about. And the main reason for this video is I just did the 400-hour service, or had it done. And another thing is I want to tell you why I'm liking this tractor more today than I did when I bought it. And so let's, I guess I'll tell you about that, why I'm liking it more today. The main reason is a new dealership or a new company, a new business just started carrying the Kioti brand about 6 months ago, and they're 6 or 7 miles from my house. I'm loving that. That is so convenient. And on top of that, I already knew the people who own the business. I do some business with them on my everyday job. I already do business with them. I've known them for 20 years. So they're not strangers to me, and they know equipment. And so I sat down with them. I went and met with them and told them I had this CK 4010, talked about doing a service. I said, yeah, no problem. I like the mechanic. The mechanic has some interest in the business from what I could tell. And he seems to know his way around equipment. So anyway, back in late October, I did the 400-hour service, or they did it for me. Another thing I love about it is they came and picked the tractor up at no charge because I live so close. That's worth, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars to me, because the other dealership is, other dealer, I guess I should say, is a little over 50 miles away. And you're looking at almost a half a day by the time I take time to pull the trailer out, load it up, drive a good hour, drop it off, come back, unload the trailer or unhook the trailer, wait 2 or 3, 4 days, 5 days, however long it is, until when they tell me the service is complete, drive another hour back to pick it up. They would pick it up, but they were charging a few $100s for it. And so this was great. So, and I was very pleased with the service. So let me tell you about the 400-hour service. It probably, I couldn't find the receipt. I got it, I just misplaced it. It was somewhere shy of $600. I know that sounds like a lot, but heck, you go get your car oil change today and there's $70-something just for a 15-minute oil change in some places. So it was maybe $575, I guess. The 400-hour service is whatever they required, which was all the fluids or differentials, fluids change, hydraulic fluid, oil, most of the I think all the filters. I even had the air filter changed. I can't remember if it was required, but when I bought the tractor almost 4 years ago, I won't say I negotiated, but they gave me an oil filter and an air filter, and I gave those to this new dealer, and he didn't charge me for those. So anyway, it would have been $600 if they'd had to include those. Everything's running great on it. No leaks, no problems. I have reported in a couple previous videos of a couple minor things that I've had in this tractor that go back. One was right out of the gate. I had a power steering leak underneath the steering column. That was covered under warranty, and I had that fixed at like the 100-hour service. I hope the wind's not too loud, you can hear me. I had a small leak underneath the tractor. There was an O-ring that hooked to a hose or something that was covered under warranty. I did that at the 200-hour service. And I had a leak on the, or a crack in the coolant reservoir. Whenever it would heat up and get pressure, it would leak just a little bit, and they replaced that again under warranty. And that was 2 years ago, the last time I had anything done to the tractor. Other than that, it's been great. No problems. Very pleased with it. It does everything I want it to do. And I want to show you, I'm going to take this from my daughter. I want to show you one thing. You know, I got the CK 4010, and that is probably not the most popular model. I'd say the CK 3510 in the CK series is that they're bread and butter. But I wanted the extra 5 horsepower for the PTO, because the previous tractor I had was a 33 horse at the engine, which was probably 27 or 28 if I recall at the PTO. This tractor I think is right at 34 at the PTO, and I needed that extra 5 horsepower for this right here. A couple times a year I have to mow these fields if we don't cut them for hay, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But that extra 5 horsepower really helps with this thick, this broom sage and thick fescue. And even this 40 horsepower struggles. Horsepower tractor, it does struggle a little bit with it, but it's a lot better than the other tractor I had. In reality, I probably could use a 50 or 55 horsepower, but that would just be too heavy for what I use this tractor for. This is used around my house. And this tractor weighs 4,000 pounds, and even it is a little bit, it can mar up the ground around my house, even with this size tractor. The soil here is not real good, and it stays wet. It's got a high water table, so I have to be careful. So I really didn't want a bigger tractor than this. Also, you see I keep the ROPS, down, and I've mentioned this before, but I have these trees here, these plum trees that I mow under, and I cannot mow under these trees with the roll bar up. It hits them, so I take it down and leave it down. So this is all the place I mow and keep up. It's about 33 acres, I think. And yeah, that's what it is. And I mow between the trees. Tractor does everything I want it to do. Love it. So I'm putting about a little over 100 hours a year on the tractor. And just so you know, the particulate filter, when it's run its regen, I keep track of it, and it's had 14 of them. It's done 14, so it's roughly 30 hours between each regen, and I've had no problems with it. I run it when I'm driving the tractor, and if it starts one of their cycles, I keep running and just let it do its thing. Never had to stop, never had to park it, never had to do any of that. It just does it automatically, and after about 10 or 15 minutes, it cuts itself off. I can hear the tone of the engine change, and it's done. So I haven't been scared of it. Now maybe after some time it might start causing issues. Of course, I wish they didn't have any of them on there, but that's the world we live in today. So thank you for watching. Hope this answered some questions about how the Kiotis are holding up after getting some hours on them. And I'm really loving the tractor. I'd buy another one in a heartbeat. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. Bye.